Hey guys, it's Rylan with Rylan's Amazing Photography, and welcome to episode 2 of Tips and Tricks for anyone who owns a camera. I hope you guys are excited to find out how Aperture can make your photos look 100 times better as I am. But before we get into the video, I would love it if you guys could go down below and hit the like button. While you're down there, you might as well hit the red button that says subscribe and the notification bell beside it, well, so you can see more of my videos. Now, let's get into how Aperture can make your photos look 100 times better. First things first, what is aperture? Well, aperture refers to the size of the opening in your camera's lens which light enters into the camera. There's a picture in case you're wondering how that looks. To adjust the aperture on your camera, it is measured in f-stops. Typically, on your camera's mode dial, there will be a big A, which stands for aperture. If there isn't, refer to your camera's manual and this will tell you where you can adjust that number at. In case you're wondering about f-stops, this means that the number under the F on your camera's LCD screen is the number of your aperture. When you change your f-stop, the number you're changing is the size of the opening in the lens that I showed you earlier. The strange thing is, the higher the aperture, the smaller the opening. Why is that strange, you ask? Well, allow me to explain that because that's why I'm here. The main effect aperture has on your image is its depth of field. This means how sharp a certain area of your image is, while the rest will be blurred out. If you use a wide open aperture, it makes your main subject in the picture stand out of the frame, while the background is blurred out. Take a look at this dandelion, for example. The flower is in focus, and the background of the grass is blurred out. This is creating a narrow depth of field because you can see the dandelion, while everything else in the image is blurred out. Using a wide open aperture is a trick that so many photographers use, whether it be product photography or portrait photography. It is literally the best for all kinds of photography because it makes your background look so smooth and appealing. If you use a narrow aperture, it makes the depth of field deep, which means everything from the top of the image to the bottom of the image is sharp and in focus. Take a look at this landscape I took in the woods. Everything from the foreground to the background is sharp and in focus. Using a narrow aperture is what your smartphone uses to take a picture. Narrow aperture is used in most of the landscapes that people take, and it really displays a deep depth of field to make sure your entire image is sharp. Take a look at this chart that I pulled off an article on Petapixel that helped me explain aperture in greater detail. This chart shows how f-stop will affect the depth of field in your photographs, and you can tell that the aperture gets wider. The pyramid behind the person gets more blurred. This also means that you're letting more light into the camera as your depth of field gets deeper. Understand this is a lot to take in, and if you're interested in reading more up on aperture and getting a recap on this video, it's linked below in the description. You can also feel free to watch the video over again in case there is some information that you didn't fully grasp before. Feel free to comment any kind of question and I will do my best to get back to all of them. Thank you for watching today's video, and I hope it really did help you, so feel free to hit that like button. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button to get notified every time I post a video so you can see more of me. I mean, you don't have to, but I would love it if you would. Thanks for watching today's video, and I hope you have an amazing day.